Okay.
Hearing feedback.
Hey y'all. Glad to see you guys back joining the live. So tonight we got some serious stuff we want to talk about. Just to jump right on into it, actually. So a few months ago, there was a lot of riffraff going on with Little Fizz. Riffraff, old school word, you know. Little Fizz, Omarion, and April. And if you guys don't know a little bit about the story, but Little Fizz and Omarion, of course, is part of B2K group. They came up together, you know, they were like brothers. And that is Omarion and April had children together. They were together on the show. They were together. Everybody knew they were together and had 2 kids. Long behold, April and Little Fizz got together some months back and tried to hide it. And it became this big issue, right? So we want to talk about friendships, real friendships, and what real friendship mean. So tonight, that's going to be our topic of discussion. So I just kind of want to break down what real is. And to me, some key words in real means reliable, ethical, accountable, meaning your accountability, and loyalty. That's what I broke down in reals for real friends. So ladies, since, you know, Omarion's situation, a lot of people say that they weren't wrong and he was grown, they're grown, they can do whatever they want, they broke up. What do you guys feel in regards to their relationship when it comes to Omarion and Fizz, and did he overstep some boundaries?
I definitely think so. I think that I don't know. There's a form of respect when it comes to someone that you've been with, and I mean, I don't know. Then you had a.
No, for me, my circle of friends, there's no. If I fuck with that person a little bit, don't let me see you fucking with them. Period.
Mm-mm.
It's a respect level.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You should. I don't think you should feel comfortable to come ask me, hey, are you okay with? I mean, that's just me. I have certain what we talked about last week. You know, moral levels. I have it with my friends as well. So
Expectations
very high. I don't think that my friends should come to me and ask me, can they talk to my ex? Period. Or somebody I'm dealing with. It ain't gotta be an ex.
Golly, that's so disrespectful.
That's beyond disrespectful.
Well, it's
That's
not
so disrespectful.
I mean, to even think about it, I feel like it's past. They had children together. So
exactly.
It's not even that. It was just a boyfriend and girlfriend type situation. It was they had kids together.
Had a
Your
whole
kid
foundation.
was around looking at him as uncle, right? And now uncle then turned into the boyfriend.
Daddy.
But
Right.
is your self-esteem that low? Like, is there not other women in the sea? Like, why would you have to go? I would have to second guess all that. Like, why would you even?
Yeah, like they was just
women
on the show.
I feel like a man gonna do what a man is allowed to do. I more so think it's insecurity on her behalf. Because baby, like that was a tight circle. You can go
The homie though, right? The brother, the best friend, the cousin, like they everything. They passed all this.
Wait, but look, get this. They came back together and went on tour together. So Omarion and Fizz was on tour at the time that he was messing with his baby mama.
Wait, they were friends.
They were friends, but he said they weren't friends like that.
They were beyond friends. They were
They
beyond.
said they wasn't doing nothing. They said they wasn't like on that level at all.
And Omarion was like, I don't care what Little Fizz say. They was like brothers. It was that even after B2K broke up, they still hung around each other. They were still at each other birthday parties. They were still at each other events. He was at Lil Fizz was at the baby's birthday parties. Like they was friends. Lil Fizz on some other shit.
So basically, he wasn't a real friend.
They were family. They wasn't even friends. They were family.
Right, they were family.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe in everything I see on social media. To be honest, I don't really feel like the relationship was real. I feel like she wanted to get her some clout and wanted to get her some fame. And Marion was like, "Do you?" And that's why he never had nothing to speak on about it, because it didn't make any sense to me. Like can't nobody be that slow? Like you can't. Like I don't know.
He didn't have nothing to say about it, but the day that they broke up, or it was a certain particular day, Omarion came out and did his solo tour. That instead of B2K going on that tour, he did a solo tour, and he was like, "Yeah, happy birthday! Like this is what I'm doing." So he threw shots in a different way without saying anything.
The thing with these stories is it's always back end stories that we don't know.
Right, that's all I'm saying.
There's always back end stories. Like it looks like real life, but it ain't real life.
So let's talk about real life. Let's talk about real life friends. Because to me, hands down, the real, when I broke down real, he messed up on all parts of real. There wasn't a real friendship at all. I think he just played a role or a part to make, like Kiara said, make clout. And, that it was talked about for 2, 3, 4 months, and then it was dead.
I have been in that situation where one of my friends dudes try to talk to me, and I played it like I didn't even respond. I didn't respond to him. I screenshotted it and I sent it to her. I was like, "What the fuck shit you nigga on?" She's awesome. He always do that. She was like, "You the first female that ever sent me a screenshot though." I said, "Yeah, I don't know what the other friends doing."
Right.
What do you mean you always do that? That goes back to when you saying letting people get away with things. They're not gonna do nothing that they know they can't get away with.
So y'all, what defines a real friendship to you guys in your eyes?
As far as like, what do you mean? Like
a real friendship, as in when you break down friendship, you have your best friend, you have your relationship that you start off as friends and then build into a relationship. You have there's different. So
communication.
What's the key thing to you? Communication.
Number one. Even if you did like my girl, or I don't know, did like my ex, and you're like, "Man, my heart is love. I want to put a ring on it, just something about her." Just be open, like be a friend. I don't know. Let's have an open discussion. But I don't know. Communication is key.
I don't know. I'm trained like family. If we need to that's a family bond, real friends.
So you want to know what's the true definition of a friendship? Like what does it mean to us?
Yes.
Loyalty, honesty, being there for me when I'm down, when I'm up. I mean, it's almost like some people compare it to like a natural relationship. It is a relationship. So
friendship is a relationship.
Yeah, I have the same expectation that I would have from my significant other, from my friend.
Facts.
Are there boundaries though? And there's going to be boundaries though regarding to that, because you can have some of the same expectations, but what you have in your relationship versus your friendship, there are differences.
Yeah, of course. There's still some differences, but what I'm saying is like the foundation part of it.
As far as like trust.
That's why I was like family. Like you. It's like a family member. If you can't put them in that same bracket, then.
Well, hold on.
I was just saying, like a family. Members. I get that. When you get older, it is like family. Like this point, my mom, my dad. When I say,
if you're my friend, I don't look at you as an associate.
Yeah.
If you're my friend, you're my friend. I mean, our families are entwined with each other. We're family.
But it's different levels of friendships.
It is. That.
But for me, if you're my friend, I treat you like my family.
Yep.
You're not my friend. Then, I mean, if you're not family to me, then you're not my friend.
But there are some family members that you have to deal with. You have to know how to deal with them and when to deal with them. And I think that's how some people deal with their friendships. It's in their friendship, there's certain things that you can tell one person then you can't tell another. There's certain things that you will go to this person for, that you know hands down this person's gonna tell you the real, be honest with you with without you having to hesitate or think about if they're being honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I meant by you have certain friends for certain.
I don't have no friends like that.
Different levels.
I mean, even like what you said, Sarah, I mean, if you put family in different categories, if you have a friend and like that boy's, oh yeah, he always trying to, why is he a friend? That's just my homeboy. That's his ways.
An
I
associate.
mean, you can also put your friends in different categories. Like, the friend that still lies.
I have friends that I can call.
I have no friends
I have friends that I can open a business with, that I trust in certain calibers, and I have friends that I can't open a business with because I know we're not on that certain level. I have certain friends I can tell certain things to because I know it's not gonna get to nobody else. I have certain friends that they don't necessarily tell somebody on purpose, but they so genuine what they say that shit slip out. And I know I can't tell them nothing. So I have different friends. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I don't trust them. I just know them. I don't look at them as no less than my next friend. I just know what type of friend.
Because my friends, I mean, I've known them for such a long time that they go through things. Some of them get on drugs. Some of them start acting funny. That doesn't mean I'll cut them off. I just put them in a different category.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's still considered your family.
And that's still my family. My parents still be like, how's so-and-so? How's so-and-so? You're muted, Crystal. Let me unmute you. Okay.
Right. That's a family member.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Sorry.
So what about because I think right now we do a lot of things on social media, and there are a lot of people who portray to have certain friendships with certain people, but then when you see them in real life, they dog them, or they be like, oh no, that's not my real. I mean, we're friends on there. We might talk here and there, but we not cool like that.
I can't really.
I heard people say that though. I have heard people say that, so I'm dying to hear some responses.
What are you saying?
We can't hear you, Chantel.
Chantel. You're on mute. She's on mute, you guys. Is someone on mute?
All right.
What
I don't be doing anything. Damn, y'all. Would y'all consider those real friends when you have to handle people differently? Would y'all consider that real? Like, is that genuine? Is that sincere? Because I personally, my friends are my friends. I don't really keep nobody around me that if I can't do one thing with this one, that I can't do with the next one. Like, that's just me though. Would y'all consider those real friends? Going off of, Sarah, you broke down the REAL and real friends. Going off of that, would y'all consider those real friends?
I would still consider them real friends because I could still count on that person. I could just still depend on that person. I could still, if I get a blowout on my tire, I could still call them and say, hey, they be like, hey, where you at? Just because they're not I can't trust them for certain means don't mean that they're still not a real friend.
What about the ethical side of it? Are they making sure that they're holding you accountable, making sure that when you fall, they like, hey, get your shit together. This is what
when you out of line. They like, what you doing?
But when you out of line, yeah. So it's just, I think when breaking that down, Chantel, I do get it. It takes a lot of work to separate friends because I feel like there's certain people who don't know how to be like, okay, I got to be this way with this person. Oh, when I come around this person, even though they're my friend, I got to act this way with them. It's a lot. When you just want to
I got a question.
Act every way the same way.
But you have to adjust around your real family members. You don't act the same way with your grandmother as you would with your aunt who's 35. You still have those relationships where you have to adjust. So I feel like the same, way that you handle your family, you do handle your friends. So that's a broad category.
For me, I can't say that because how I act around y'all is how I act around my family. How I act around my mama is how I act around my grandma. Like,
right. So that's
but that's just the relationship I have. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of It's hard to say. Everybody is different in regards to that.
Because I act different between my father and my mother.
I think it depends on the healthy relationship of it. Like I said, like I have friends who, that to be honest with you, I call them sisters, and I love them to this day. But they all are in different categories. Some make six figures and corporate women, and some, like I said, are on the street corner on drugs. But I love my friends because at the end of the day, she'd been through some things and she fell off, and I've seen her be a healthy teenager to a grown woman who's in a rough situation. But at the end of the day, she's still my friend. And would I let her come over my house and trust her with my money, stuff like that? No, but that's me. I have to be mature and know how to put people in their categories. You know what I'm saying? My expectation towards her isn't, but I do trust her with, she loves me. She's there for me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't, do you necessarily act different or treat them different? Or?
Nope. When she calls, she sometimes called me for prayer. She's like, hey sis, how you doing? I love you. I'm thinking about you. I said, are you doing all right? Yeah, I'm doing okay. We still talk on a level of, that's how it is. You live life long enough, and I don't know. Now, if I met someone brand new, only known them for like a week or even a year, I don't know. I wouldn't call them no friend, no sister, nothing like that. But
so, can I ask you guys a question? Hopefully, I will get most honesty. If you have a friend that
I can barely hear you, Sarah.
Yeah, you got real low.
I did. I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's still low.
Yep.
A little, yeah.
I don't know what happened.
It's okay.
Okay, I turned it back up. I'm not sure. Can y'all hear me now?
I can hear you, just not as loud as you were before.
Okay,
It's
I'll
faint.
try to talk a little louder. So, if you guys have friends that you had broken, like trust was broken within your guys' friendship, is your guys' friendship the same? And has anybody experienced that? I guess I'll go.
I hear what you said, to be honest.
I'm like, I don't know if I want to share so much now.
You said what? You said what did I say?
What you say, Sarah?
I didn't even hear what you said, to be honest.
Oh, I had said, if you had a friendship that the trust was broken, were you able to rebuild that friendship, and is your relationship still the same?
Not everybody's able to do that. And when trust is broken, sometimes it is hard to rebuild it. It takes time. It's not going to be restored overnight. No, it takes time. It takes time to rebuild your trust within each other. It takes time to rebuild that loyalty. Sometimes some people will never trust each other the same way they did when they were friends before that friendship broke up. So
that's what you say, Chantel? You say F them?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that was? I was
middle fingers.
like, okay.
I think it just depends, though, how much value that person meant to you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I don't know, for me, I feel like if you can do it with your significant other, then why can't you do it with a friend?
That's what I was gonna ask. People go out with their friends, but they don't want to make up when it comes to relationships.
They do it left and right.
I know last week, Sade, I asked because we were talking about with the dude, if he didn't come through for you, and I was like, just on a friend level, if I do it for my friend, I would do it with somebody who was dating. So I asked, what's the difference as far as the friendship part goes? You said it's a big difference. It is.
I don't agree with the same connection you have with your spouse you have with your friends.
I'm not going to put that in the same category at all. That's not what I said.
No, somebody else said it before you, though. Somebody else, I don't know who said it, but somebody made that comment.
Are you saying when I said that if you can forgive your significant other, why can't you forgive a friend?
Yes. You said the same. No, what you said was the same way that you treat your significant other, the same way you
on a friend level.
Yeah, it was the same. That's what I was commenting on.
Coming into it assuming, because not everybody starts off as a friendship level. Some people go straight into it fucking and don't even know each other.
Mm-hmm.
But saying that you did create a friendship with that person and your relationship is driven off of a friendship, why is it so easy
to forgive?
I don't know about y'all. Yeah,
your significant other versus forgiving your friend.
So you should look at it the same. But a lot of people don't. I would.
You guys, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, let me speak for myself. I would. In my last relationship, wrong is wrong and right is right. Like, for instance, if I have a significant other and I have a best friend, and my significant other does something to my best friend, I'm not going to sweep that under the rug because he's my significant other. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to address it. I'm going to address it and be like, hey, this is what you did wrong. You need to apologize. But I think sometimes because that's my significant other and you're my friend, I'm not going to, he don't have to do that or she don't have to do that. So, this is separate, type stuff. That's what people do. They separate it. And then there's a broken bond that you're stuck in the middle because these two don't like each other or feel a certain way because you didn't correct something so you can keep your relationship good over here and your relationship good over there. So I definitely think that you should correct regardless of who it is, whether you're in a relationship or you're in a friend or it's your friendship. Everybody should be treated the same.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah.
Kiara, what were you?
No, say what you mean, Sade.
I was waiting for
you're
Sade.
married.
I already said something.
Yeah.
I know you said you feel like you shouldn't, but give us the why.
I feel like it's easier for me. For me, it's easier for me to cut off a friend than it is to cut off. I guess if I had to put myself in the category, I'm not necessarily talking about somebody I'm dating. I'm talking about somebody that I've been with for longevity, for a while. I'm not going to say that if my friend and my man got into an argument, I'm going to take sides. But I'm acting like they don't know each other. I'm just got into it with my friend and I got into it with my man. The way that me and my man communicate is on a different type of level than me and my friend can communicate. It's a different type of connection. It's a different type of spiritual level. It's a different type of, we just got a different connection than I have with my friend. So it's easier for me to cut off somebody, a friend. I mean, I dislike them. They don't mean it just means that I don't want to deal with them anymore than it is for my man. It'd be a more detrimental situation than it would be for my friend. That's just me.
Is it because it's a different type of love that you have?
It's a different type of emotional connection. It's a different type
connection.
of
That's all I was saying. Emotional connection is different there.
It's different. I'm talking about for me. It's just different. Yeah, for my friend, I'm be sad. Yeah, bitch, I'm gonna miss you. But it'd be easier for me to be like, man, I miss my friend. Well, fuck that bitch. She ain't so I miss my man. You pull up right quick. Just want to get some dick right quick. It's a different type of like it's a different type of connection.
So based off of that, it sounds like, can you pull up real quick? It's the sex part of it. But
most of the time when y'all have sex, what y'all end up doing? Because when y'all have sex, y'all sharing emotions, y'all sharing spirits, y'all sharing all types of shit.
Why can't you just communicate to your friend? Why can't you just communicate to your friend and be like, look, I don't appreciate how you spoke to him. That is my husband. That's my boyfriend. I'm gonna let you know right now. If you got love for me, you're gonna respect him.
Oh, no.
You gotta, and vice versa. Husband, I love you though. This is my friend since high school. Please.
No, Sade. I separated it. I'm not saying that they got into it. I'm just saying, like, I separated the two. I'm not saying that if they got into it and I don't agree with what either one of them did, I'm not gonna stop dealing with my friend because my man don't like her anymore. I'm not saying that. I separated the two as far as they don't have nothing to do with the other situation.
So y'all was talking about emotional connection. Do y'all feel like sex is what separates? Because a lot of people done deal with ain't shit individuals. We're all women, so men. And for the women who deal with women. So you dealing with a man and you dealing with a woman, and they lying, they cheating, they breaking your heart. You can forgive them, but when it comes to a friend, y'all fall out one time, it's fuck them. Is it the sex that makes the difference? As to why
if it's more than one time, if it's 2-3 times, then it's fuck them. I'm gonna give you a chance after one time, but 2, 3, 4 times, bitch, fuck you.
Okay.
I had that situation because I had a friend that was my sis that I knew for years, and the bond that we had, it was very detrimental to have to let her go. And I felt like even though we didn't have the emotional connection as far as sexually, the same detrimental feelings that I had letting her go is the same detrimental feelings I had letting my spouse go when I had to let him go, because that's how much love I had put in. That's how much time I put in. That's how much of a connection I had with that person, the bond that I built with that person, that it hurt me just the same as it did when I had to leave my significant other. So, but that's for me. So maybe it's just the way you love your friends versus the way you love your spouse.
And who says you have to cut them off all the way? I had friends that I had to cut off.
There are some people you just
but because it was real love there, we rekindled that shit.
Go.
We rekindled. No, it's some relationships that you let go because it's just not. I don't want to deal with that right now.
It's not healthy for you.
It's not healthy for me right now.
Y'all season.
But
That's all
now
I'm
we in a different place that I can love on you again. You can love on me again. We in a baby. Hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need a break. It depends on how detrimental the situation was.
But that's where the lack come in. People don't go for the breaks. You go on that break, and then I feel like pride get into play because now it's like, are you going to call me? Am I going to call her? Everybody is playing the distant game. So, yeah.
Okay, so I got a question. What's the difference between confiding in a person and being fake when it comes to your friends? Is there a difference between confiding in somebody as opposed to if you have a problem with somebody, you have a problem with a friend, you confide in another friend, versus you have a problem with a person, you tell somebody but that person? Like, is there a difference between confiding?
Can I answer that first? I feel like the difference is if you're saying to the friend that you're confiding in things that that you have not said to the friends that you have the problem with, that's being fake. That's why I feel like the difference.
I think people are different. I think everyone has personalities that are different. I think some people, like me, like if I have a problem with someone, I'm a internal person. Like I really don't feel like I need to express myself to nobody. Like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not, if it's something detrimental, like it's real serious, then yeah, let's talk about it. But if I feel like I'm over it, you know what I'm saying, I move on, then I think that's fine. But some people, they need to have the emotional conversations. Let's talk about it.
Venting outlet.
I mean, but I think it depends on the person. I think with me.
Emotional.
So with your friend, with your really close friend, Sade,
Mm-hmm.
is it that way with them? Like, is there sometimes you just feel like you don't have to explain yourself, or is it different with your really close friends that you refer to?
It's the same with them. Like we have, it's the same with them. Like we're all Tauruses though.
Ooh.
So I see what I'm saying? So as Tauruses, it'd be like, we're all Tauruses. So, we get upset, then we just take a step back. And then like we still good. Like we text, hey.
Y'all know each other too though. So.
I feel like if you my real friend and you do something to piss me off, you know me.
You should know that.
You should know that I'm and for me, I confront my friends. I talk to them about it.
You sure do.
Okay. Thank you.
Everybody don't know how to communicate though. I think
That's good.
I
agree, Kiara.
Communication.
It's communication.
Yep.
Definitely communication.
Which can cause problems because you can go to one friend to vent, to figure out how you're going to gather your thoughts to address that friend.
Mm-hmm.
And everything just blow up and go the wrong way because now you didn't kind of said some things and this person went back and interpreted some things. So I feel like that's going to the direct source in that given moment. I think you need to do that first before blabbing your mouth to the homie next.
Also, at the same time, I also think sometimes you reach out to another friend to check yourself. Like, hey, this is what happened.
Am I tripping?
Am I tripping? Was I wrong?
That's my role. I do that.
What she said?
Aisha said something similar to that too. She said, I feel like you could go to a friend to get help trying to discuss things about the other friend. I agree with that too. That's pretty much, Sarah, you and her were saying the same thing essentially.
Yeah.
Y'all feel like, the saying birds of a feather flock together? And I know that we was talking about family and things of that nature. Do you feel that defines who you are as well? Your friends define you.
Yeah.
I don't. I think you rub. Do y'all do certain things alike because y'all been around each other for a while? Yes. But I don't necessarily feel like your friends define you because if your friend is strong enough, they have a mind of their own.
Yeah, I agree.
But that to me it separates if you're a little more like if you follow more and not say you're weak-minded, but say one overpowers, they're more strong-minded, what they say, you tend to follow behind what they say, then I can see that happening as far as birds of feather flock together. But if you have a lot of dominant, strong people around each other who have a mind of their own, there might be certain things that you follow, and there might be some things like, no, Trick, I'm not doing it. You wrong, or I'm gonna go this way, you know. So
When I think of birds of a feather flock together,
I know he's gonna say hoes.
no, I think of more so like energy wise is what I think of when I hear birds of a feather flock together. I don't think, in my opinion, if you have a person that's, you know, just mean, rude, ugly, and y'all hang out together, then yeah, I feel like you're like that as well. And you attract like people like that. I don't think the same, to me, in my opinion, more so applies to what you do for a living or things that you like to do. I think it's more on an energy level. That part I do agree with it on. That defines, it doesn't necessarily define you, but more than likely, y'all clinging together for a reason. So it's something that's alike between the two, or whatever the group.
I agree with that.
I do. But I
always
also
hear
have
the negative side. Like I always, like when I think about that, the first thing that pop in my head is, oh, so she out there twerking and thotting, so you must be out there twerking and thotting too.
What you was about to say, Deanna?
No, I was just agreeing, because I'm saying like okay, so the type of friend that I am, I have a lot of people that birds of a feather flock together. When people say that, it really bothers me. It makes me really upset because I am that friend where I'm that person friend because I feel like I can give them, I can help them, I can guide them. So not necessarily because she's ghetto, I feel like I'm gonna help her. You don't have to go on the social media and twerk. I'm that friend who's like, why are you on the internet? Did you know? I'm giving you that second thought. So I'm like, it all depends on the role that you play. But I take it personal because that's the role I play. I have a lot of young ladies and they are very they are very inappropriate and we are nothing alike. Like nothing, none of my friends, I have not one friend that is like me at all. So, and every last one of my friends, people like, why are you that person's friend? And I can tell you why. I can tell you, I'm here because blah, blah, blah. Because you know that post that she made on the internet,
but
it was disrespectful and she don't know.
Even though y'all might not share all the same characteristics, y'all still may have a few of the same characteristics.
Our personality,
she's not being hood and ghetto.
Her personality, energy, yeah.
The energy, we are all uplifting, and I'm trying to help these people realize like you are really a good spirit. You are really a good person. Like you might be this over here, but I'm always here trying to bring you back to the center. So that's why I'm like, that saying right there, it's two sides to that story.
Well, I know me. I'm always trying to play Captain Save-A-Hoe.
To answer your question, I don't think birds of a feather flock together. I do feel like y'all do share some of the same characteristics, but I was gonna use Aisha since she on here for an example. Me and her, we have some of the same characteristics and we hang together, but we different. We differently the same. So, but when I hear birds of a feather flocking, I go instant negative. I don't know why. I guess because the term has always been used negatively. That's the first thing I go to. And the first thing I go to is the hoes in high school that I used to hang out with. They was throwing ass, you know what I'm saying? You know, bobbing in the bathroom. But I wasn't, but that was my name. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's instantly in my head with.
I was the one.
Well, was that not inner you? Was that not were you? Was that not
it wasn't an interview because I wasn't even interested.
Hold on, wait a minute. Yes,
it wasn't an interview.
You was living your life through them hood rats.
Right.
Was you? That was like an interview. That's why
you was interested.
And the crazy part is,
you was interested.
Normal. Like, all right, I'm the friend that used to go with friends. Like, are you done? All right, let's just go back to practice. Like, I wasn't. It wasn't an interview. that was my nigga. That's what you want to do. Cool. All right, we out. Like,
so it did, Crystal, and yes. I had a friend. Now, did I watch how I did it? Maybe I did it a little more classier, or maybe I handled it a little different, but I did do the same thing. They was twerking, maybe they had their ass out. I was the friend that was holding the skirt, so your ass wouldn't be out. But girl, I had to twerk.
You a twerker, I'm a winder.
I'm a
winder.
winder.
I'm gonna be out there with you. We better have fun together.
We got to wine together.
Now you might want your booty out. I don't, but let me help you while you is shaking and hold that skirt.
So y'all share
if you fighting, I'm fighting.
Because we all like to
we
fight
together.
to be out there.
Yes.
Yes.
She's
You
a
know?
sucker, I'm a winder.
Exactly.
The hype man show.
As I
Shoot.
So yes, I do feel like there are certain characteristics that might transform over to you more than the other characteristics, but it just depends. And some of them are good, some of them are bad. It just depends what you allow to transfer over.
Exactly what Aisha said. If you are my friend, I take you as you are.
Right.
I think what
Yeah.
we're not talking about though is because I really can't speak because it's such a big friend is so broad. Like when people's mentality, you have to think about would you still be with an individual if they talk about other people or if they real big on material things or if they, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about personality. Let's talk about that to me is what I can't be around people who are very superficial, who always got something negative to say. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. That's why I feel like if you're going to be that person, I'm not going to explain myself to why I got to cut you off or I can't do so much with you because I just, I mean, at the end of the day, it's who you are. I mean, it's who you are. It's who you are. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my friends, even though they're all Tauruses, they don't do those things. You see what I'm saying? Some may be six figures, some may be this, some may be in Frisco, some may be in this. Like, but they still have that same energy, that same mentality. You know what I'm saying? Y'all laughing at me? Y'all got something to laugh at? Huh? The mentality? Boop. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what? I guess that's why I'm considered the mean friend because I don't even let that type of energy become a friend. Like if I feel that type of energy, or if I feel like you always negative and you always just, I'm quick. I don't want to deal with you. And some people take it as, oh, she got beef with me. Like, no, I don't want that type of energy.
right.
I think there's certain people that if that's
true.
something consistently happening over and over again and you get to that point, yes. But I think for me, I always try to be the better friend to help change somebody or help, not even just change, help see the growth in them. So like, you don't have to be like that. We can do it this way, or, you know, to show them that there's other ways of handling situations and maybe what you used to deal with and people you used to be around. Let me show you a different life.
How long do you do that? How long do you deal with
Right.
that?
How long do you do
For
that
Sarah?
though?
Right, but that's what I said at the beginning. If you heard me, I said
Ooh,
if
I'm
it's
sorry.
something that continues, then of course you get to that point, you cut them off. But I feel like us people in the world, everybody deserve a chance, and you never know who you
That's
meet
true.
and who needs to be around you to grow.
That's true.
And
If
that's
you
why I have
instantly
so
cut
much
them off,
patience.
you might miss out on your blessing.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
That's true.
Kiara, she took the words
Oh.
from me.
Y'all know on social media right now, there's been a lot of, like we said last time, it's a lot of fan page. What if one of your dearest friends was on there? How do you stay? Do you remain friends? Do you separate the friendship? Do you accept
What
them
was the
as
question?
Fans only
the
pages.
fans only pages?
If you
Get in the
found
call.
good friends or close friends, look,
You
Came
ready
out
for the call?
the page. Are you still gonna be their friend?
Bitch, what in the world is you thinking?
I ain't know what that.
And
y'all
creating
talking
this page.
about. Can't tell y'all on
You
mute.
got all these people. That's it's gonna be a phone call.
I have been in that situation, and what I did do is remove her notifications from my phone because I got tired of seeing her ass on my social media. I actually unfollowed her on my social media because my kids sometimes get my phone and just be scrolling. But I didn't disown her. We still friends. We still talk. You know, I just don't, want my kids necessarily see. But shit, do you?
Just put her on mute.
Right.
Do
like that. Is she not
Do
your
not
friend
see her
anymore?
story or
She's your
feeds.
friend.
She was still my friend, Crystal. I had a man, he wouldn't let me do certain stuff. So I couldn't be around you while you handle certain things. But she definitely was still my friend. So if you're going out partying or you're doing all this or whatever the case may be, that is an issue for my man at the time, I have to carry myself a certain way, then I have to still respect him. But that doesn't mean I'm not your friend, or I'm not going to be there for you in any other way. So
Elijah said, support your friends to the very end. Don't do it for yourself, girl. It's better reasons.
Who said that?
Elijah.
Tell him to send me his email. We're about to put him on here.
Who
We'll
he
talk to him.
They basically saying talk to your friend, let her know that she is better things out there than just throwing your ass and stuff like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Have a
I
saving
don't
home.
know. My friend told me she was throwing 10,000. I'm making 10,000 a month. I ain't gonna tell you this better thing out there. I'm just gonna say, well, how long you gonna be doing it?
I have some friends who are hoes, and I feel
What's your goal? Do you have a business plan?
Man,
The best thing, your money.
do you need a manager?
But Sarah was saying, Chantel was saying something. Hold on, y'all. What you say, Shit?
I said I have some friends who are hoes, and I love them dearly. And we talk, we have conversations. You need to get it together. You can't keep doing that. Yada yada yada. You calling me every month, every other week. We talking about the same stuff. Yada 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 yada. So they don't have fan pages, but you know what I'm saying. They promiscuous. I'm pretty sure we all have some promiscuous friends that we try to.
Or
And
cousins?
one day it's gonna click.
Or be there for, try to help them, get past whatever trauma that they're facing. So I wouldn't necessarily stop being somebody's friend just because they had a fan page, but I wouldn't support it. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't. I'm not sorry.
Well, can I ask this? So vice versa, let's switch it around. It's not just females. What about males that are out there bad or out there hoeing or out there doing whatever all this crazy stuff is? Do you still handle the situation the same? Are you still gonna, as far as a friendship?
I did.
You told him about it, so?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing, Kiara?
Because Sarah was like, I started laughing, so I instantly started laughing.
Oh, I didn't hear what you say.
I said, yeah, I have.
No, not you. What?
Oh, the question.
I said, so it switches as if it wasn't a female and it was a male. Would y'all handle the situation the same?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. Put that thing up, sir. Stop swinging it. Look. See? Put it up.
Hey, I had a guy friend who he was in a relationship that they didn't have sex for a whole year because he wanted to marry her. Decided that she didn't want to marry him because of her religion. And he went ballistic. When I tell you, he started slanging women every day.
You look good, Sade. Hey, girl. Not Chantel. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. That's fine.
But I had to say, hey, I know you've been missing out for a whole year, bruh, but you need to slow down. Like, you're doing way too much. Like, your stuff gonna fall off.
Make up for the time that he wasn't having sex.
Basically.
Are you using protection?
That's not possible.
That's what I'm asking.
That's what I was like.
Can't make up for lost
Hey,
time when it
I
comes.
was like, you out there bad, pretty bad. Like,
I feel like you can, Shan. Some feel like you can. Keep hope alive for the ones out there.
hey, if he lasts that long, more power to you. Okay, sorry, let's go.
What are y'all talking about? Jesus.
Nah, tell my family they wrong when I would definitely tell my friends. Okay, Aisha. Aisha said she tells her family they are wrong, so she definitely gonna tell her friends. But what if your friends are your family and your family ain't your family? How you handle it?
Same answer.
If like I said, you my friend, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just jump and then Sarah talked to me like, if you don't get down. Sorry.
Leave me alone. Hey, I'm trying to ignore, okay? This child in the background.
And she's, so I understand.
No, because I have family that I don't fool with. But my friends, you know what? I don't even care what you do. My friends, I'm be like, girl, don't do that. Please don't.
Yeah, that's true.
My family that I don't fool with, I'm like, oh, okay, I don't care. You know, such and such, girl, don't call me with that.
Man,
I don't
they
fool
know
with them.
better. They know way better.
Yeah, so what was the next question on here? I'm sorry.
Next question.
Okay, so everything, kind of tied all in together. Friendship. Well, the stuff that we're supposed to be talking about tonight. And I feel like another thing that's very present in this day and age are egos. I feel like a lot of people live in their egos, and they don't check them. And I feel like that kind of contributes to the imbalance on just where we are today. So my question
I'm guilty.
what is an ego to y'all? Like, what is your ego? What is a ego? Not what your ego is. What is a ego?
My ego, I think I'm just highly intelligent. I think I'm just smart. I'm just the smartest thing on earth. And I think I know it all. And I think you're wrong, I'm right. And I have to second guess everything you're saying and make sure it's creditable.
At least you know your truth.
This is what I am. Am I lying?
But some people know their truth and some people don't. That's the difference between the ego. I feel like you have to know yourself to be able to know how to adjust your ego, when to let it come out, when
That's
to
what
use it.
Ego's
Somebody break down what an ego is.
It's a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance.
So you all about yourself.
Basically,
AKA, so an ego is not who you really are. The ego is your self-image. It's your social mask. It's a role that you're playing.
it's your conscience.
Yeah, it thrives on approval and it wants to control, and it's sustained by power, and it believes in its fear.
What definition is that?
Hmm?
I like Kiara's definition better.
That's the real Sade.
That ain't the real one.
Exactly. That's
It
the
says
real
your
one.
ego is your conscious mind, the part of your identity that you consider yourself. If you say someone has a big ego, then you are saying he is too full of himself.
I like her version.
That's
you
the
all
more.
about yourself to where you sometimes will neglect whoever's around you because you're thinking about yourself so much.
That's true.
That is.
That's very true. I'm guilty of that. Ryan tells me all the time.
I think we are all guilty of having an ego, for sure.
Ryan told me today. That's why
In some
everybody get
area.
in with you. That's why everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I try not to have an ego. I try to leave my ego outside the door. I really do. But I do pick my ego up and be like, no, sir, no, like, you know who you are. And maybe that's where I confuse ego versus self-confidence, because I'm very self-confident in myself. Love myself dearly, but I try not to be so about self to where it's offending people around me. And I think that's where the ego comes in it.
I feel like sometimes I feel like it depends on where you are in life. Like for me, it was a time where I wasn't into myself. I was trying to find myself. And then once I got into myself and I found myself, I didn't know how to turn myself the fuck off. Like, okay, bitch, shut up, sit down. Like I was so into my conscience and I was so into who I am that I had arrived that I didn't know how to shut the fuck up and sit down. Like, okay, we hear you. Like you hear, I got tired of hearing myself. That was my ego for me. My conscience for me was standing out. My self-conscious was standing out more than me in reality. Like it was overpowering who I really was.
So how did you fix it?
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I started recording myself around the house a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I started setting cameras up around the house. I record me and my family, and I'll just be hearing myself. I'm like, bitch, you be tripping. Like, shut it up. It's okay. And that's how I learned how I just started watching myself from the outside to see what I look like to everybody else.
I need to do
That's
that.
how I fixed it.
To help you check yourself. I feel
That helped me
Good
check me.
exercise.
'Cause I can hear what everybody else saying, but me seeing myself, that was on a whole different level.
I agree.
I think that has to be
Good.
for everybody. You can hear what everybody else is saying, but you have to like be like, okay, let me listen to myself.
Which is also
What I had to do,
Let
I
the
just had
ego
to,
go.
you know what helped me? I had to start listening to others. Because me, it was like, I just didn't listen. I didn't listen. I didn't care about you. Like I'm cold. I'm a cold bitch. So I just didn't listen. I'm like, you're just too sensitive. You're not, get it together. You know, it was
Yeah.
more like, let me listen. Let me not speak. Let me just listen. Let me just look at their face. Let me just see how they really feeling. Let me just listen to them and then relate. You know,
So it took other people to help you reflect.
it took church, it took Jesus.
Oh, that's what it took.
Okay. Jesus said, sit down. It's not about you.
That's what it took. You said others. You needed to just say Jesus.
It was the Lord himself that set me free.
So,
Active listening.
Kiara, going back to what you said as far as recording yourself, why do you feel like it's important why do you feel like it was important for you to become aware of how you interacted with other people?
I was too quick to cut everybody off. And I'm like, it can't be everybody. It can't be everybody, but you gotta be something you doing.
You're the
That's
problem.
right, Aisha.
Right, it's you.
Mhm.
And then after I checked myself, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna call that bitch and tell her I'm sorry. And my ego still wouldn't let me. So I'm still working on me, you know?
Yeah,
Still working on me.
That's a good thing.
Aisha said
That's a very good
active
thing.
listening is what she said.
active
Mhm.
listening.
Active listening, relate, or say nothing at all.
I agree about saying you're sorry. Who can honestly sit up and say that you're big enough to say you're sorry when you're wrong?
Now,
Look, that's why I'm still
no, we
married.
not.
Deanna said that's why I'm still married.
Yeah. I mean, when
Yeah.
you know, can you admit your wrongs? Like, you know, a lot of people still can't. Or they find a way around it, or they'll be like, you know what, all right. But that's
Yeah, they'll
not
brush
saying
it
I'm
out.
sorry.
Right.
But they
Or
never admit to it.
I was wrong. Exactly, admitting it. Who can, do y'all still admit it? Without saying just all right, or okay, I hear you, or I get it.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like I say it too much. I be like,
And
Yeah.
I think that's
I'm
my
sorry.
weakness.
Yeah.
Say it again?
But
I didn't hear you.
I said I think that's a weakness of mine, being able to always identify mine, my wrongs. I feel like that could be an issue. Not
Mm.
making the other person be accountable for their actions. Always saying, "Okay, you're right, I am wrong," and sometimes you're not the one who's supposed to be saying that. And I think I say it way too much. And
I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. I think sometimes you be like, you just want it over, or you're just like, well, maybe, all right,
I
I'm
just
wrong.
want to make
then.
everybody
You just-
happy.
you
Yeah,
just
like maybe
take
I'm
it.
wrong.
You just be
Like
like,
I
I'm gonna
second
take
guess
it.
myself.
Mhm.
I agree.
What were you finna say, Kiara? You did like this, and then you was like, it's kind of.
I was so in tune with what the fuck they were saying, I forgot.
I know this is good.
Right.
No,
Aisha
it's about-
said,
Intellectual
You know what?
stuff.
I don't say I'm sorry often. I'll say my bad. The only time I'll say I'm sorry is because I know I really fucked up and that person is really hurt and I'm hurt and we crying together, bitch. I'm sorry.
but when you say you're
it's
my
very
bad,
weird.
that's
I'm
not
sorry.
legit.
I know, but I
Right,
thought
Deanna.
about it when you said it. I thought about it. I was like, really don't say I'm sorry. I'd be like, my bad, I fucked up. If
Do
I
you
say
feel
I'm
like
sorry,
the-
because I know I really fucked up.
Do you
So
feel
does
like
that
the
mean
my
you need to
bad?
start saying I'm
is like,
sorry?
I'm finna.
Huh?
Sarah.
Sorry.
What you say?
Damn.
Shan was talking. She really felt that. Shit. She pulled the. Okay. Earlier, I know what it was, but now it's. I don't know.
It was a Uzi.
And it went
you
from
know.
a sex object to it's 22.
Girl.
Do you feel like, or do y'all? Kiara says she says my bad. Do y'all feel like the my bad is kind of dismissive versus the I'm sorry?
Dismissive. Yeah.
Very dismissive. When you say my bad, my feelings is hurt worse than whatever we just went through. Whatever started this. Because I feel like everything we talk about just went in one ear and out the other, and you wanted to end this conversation.
And then me-
My bad definitely is because it's a butt on the end. If I say my bad, it's a butt on the end.
My bad, but
I'm apologizing because that's what
Because
the
it go back to you. It goes back to the. That's why Aisha just said. Can somebody read Aisha comment?
I agree. She said, I agree. That great self-reflection, Deanna. That's great that you recognize that. And then she said, my bad isn't an apology.
or are you talking about what she said? They say sorry, but say something about you.
That right there. That
Oh,
one.
okay.
Why is it that when they are sorry, they have like Kiara said, a but at the end of it? Can you not just be sorry? Like, I'm sincerely sorry.
That's manipulation. I feel.
We don't need no rebuttals. We don't need none of that.
If you say sorry but put a but at the end, I feel like that's manipulation.
that's why I say I gotta really be in some shit to say I'm sorry. I'm in some shit. I say I'm sorry. Y'all done fucked up.
I can say for me, if I ever do say I butt, it's more so because I'm trying to explain myself. So you can see
Yeah.
both sides versus just your side. So you can see my side, even if I say sorry. But it does need to just be, I'm sorry.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Take accountability, own it. Say you're sorry. But saying sorry can be too much sometimes. Don't say sorry for everything. Just
Yeah, don't be a sorry person. I'm sorry.
I don't even say I'm
sorry.
sorry. I say I
But then
apologize.
sometimes they be like, are you really sorry?
right. So when they do say that, you know, you can
Right.
question it.
But it's how you say it too. It's all in how you say it. Because you can be like, girl, I apologize. And you know they're not sincere. Versus,
Right.
I really apologize, or I'm really sorry that, you know.
I really
it affected
apologize
you.
for over talking you. You know, you really need to pin out what you did, what you were apologizing for.
What you trying to say, Deanna? No, I'm playing.
Right.
That's
Sarah,
how I be.
apologize to Chantel.
I'm sorry,
Right.
Shan.
I mean,
My bad. But I have something to say.
Right. But I had
done
something on
like
my
that.
chest. I was
I
trying
had to get it off. But
Do y'all feel like it's good to, with your friends, do y'all feel like it's good to have like come to Jesus meetings?
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they should be a one-on-one, or do you feel like it's best that everybody comes together and it's
it
like,
depends.
It depends
It
on the
depends.
situation.
I think the first one should be one-on-one.
Everybody have a
Because if
different
y'all
love
friends,
language.
you should be able to.
I agree.
I think
agree.
if it's something that happened as a group, then maybe y'all should have a conversation as a group. But if it's something that you're personally dealing with one person, then you probably need to go to that person.
That's the negative side. Do y'all ever come together or feel like it's good to come together just to like celebrate, just to acknowledge, you know, achievements and things like that, outside of, you know, partying or going out, things like that in that nature, but just to be like in a more intimate setting, to be like, you know, I see you, I notice you, congratulations, good job.
Yeah, my friends do that. Yeah. They be
I honestly
texting
think
me.
people
And...
don't do it
I've
enough.
never had that.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
my
I don't see that
friends text
enough.
me. My friends be like, I see you, girl. Love you. Know what you doing? See you.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't
stuff
think
like that.
people- Yeah, I just don't think people do it enough. I think, which is probably why there's more negative in the world right now than it is positive. I don't think people do it enough of congratulating each other on accomplishments, even if it's something that small.
Hold on, because I'm sorry. Aisha said it depends. Do we need a meeting or an intervention? She said Aisha. Y'all,
Yeah.
would y'all have an intervention for someone?
I ain't doing it.
Hey, I was
Y'all better have an intervention for me.
I ain't doing it.
If something's wrong with me, y'all better
All
have
right,
an
I'm not gonna
intervention,
ask the question.
okay?
I'm gonna mute.
We
I ain't gonna lie, this conversation kind of drained me right now. I'm about to say bye.
We would have an intervention for a friend.
Yeah.
That's truthfully, yes.
Yeah.
We have had an intervention for a friend.
Yes, we
You know
have.
what? I'll take that. Yes. A real friend, yes. I will do that. I'll do that.
I think it needs to happen more.
I'll do that.
An
for a friend.
intervention.
I
I
agree.
do too, because I be sometimes I about to lose my mind. Somebody put me on the intervention, please.
Sometimes an intervention and an intermission is needed.
Man,
Boy,
what?
I'll be ready to eat.
Is it because I think some people are afraid of interventions because they're afraid of losing that friendship?
I could see that.
I could see
Doesn't
that.
necessarily mean you have to lose that friendship though. You
No.
just
It doesn't, but I
hoping your
think that's what people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think too, it depends on maybe where that other friend, the person who's having the intervention, how they receive it.
I would just like to say that. I guess it would depend on where your friendship is.
Yeah.
Your
But it also
delivery.
depends on
a lot of
how
stuff.
it's being given. The intervention
Yeah.
is given
That's
too,
true.
That's true.
and how they go about it.
That's very
That's very true. Because
yeah.
if it's shit real messy, it's gonna be a
And
problem.
who you tell to come.
Right, who you tell to come.
yes.
And how long
Oh,
they've been
what?
how long y'all been talking about this?
That.
No, look.
Oh, so this been on y'all mind?
You've been feeling this way.
Like, well, tell me how you really feel.
You gotta connect to this.
Go ask grandma.
Oh, well.
That's good, y'all.
One last thing that I wanted to talk about, I don't know about y'all, with Mr. Donnie, Big Don, Little Don, we see you, Don. Appreciate you, Don. And these stimulus checks that was sent out. That little 1,200 ain't nothing. Y'all so excited about this little 12, yada, 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 yada. And I'm like 50-50 with it. Like, I've never been one, me personally, I feel like it's tacky to talk about your funds on social media, whether you're broke or you're rich.
Fact.
But I do feel like the people that are like, that little 1,200 nothing.
Get on.
Stunt, you know what I'm saying? Or more so, why are people so bothered that people are excited about receiving that little $1,200?
Just black folks. Hell, white folks don't talk like that. I'm sorry. I got white friends. I have them, and they're in different calibers. They don't do that.
They don't.
Nobody, none of them. No, they're not posting their checks and what
They not doing that. Just
and
not.
If you ask me if I got my check, I'm telling you no.
Right.
I don't know. Nothing.
It's just black folks. I don't know. I just
It's not just black folks, because I posted
and Hispanics, browns.
I posted something today, and it was a white pastor who was stating that we should donate our stimulus checks to the other people of the church who run the church, like the evangelists.
What? You my check? What the hell?
You should donate your check to the evangelists and the people at the church who run the church.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Black
That's a whole nother conversation. That's about some of those fake churches out there. Is it real?
That's what
Some people don't even feel like going to churches where you don't have to go to church either. Yeah, it's
But you see what they talking about? They talking
That's
about
another
you
conversation.
donating the money. They're not bragging about them getting their money.
That's another conversation.
But my thing is, we all getting money, even them. So why we got to donate something they getting?
And he's stupid. And he probably a different type of pastor. Who is this? You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, there's some people we can talk about what they say. And I don't put that in a whole different category. He probably ain't even a real pastor.
I'm just saying,
Everybody
it's
takes
just
their
not.
blessing.
I know.
It's just not black and Hispanic race. Like, I think
It's black.
there's a lot of
It's
people out there
black,
think
brown,
like
and
that.
ignorant.
Well,
Chantel, these
I have
checks
people that's
got people
pissed off
acting-
about this stimulus check. They mad.
Ryan
yeah, people
said,
missing money.
Ryan said, "Let Trump do it again." That's his president.
Delete all this shit.
He said, "That's my president." He said, "She let send another 10 grand. That's my
Ain't nobody
president."
ever did that. Right. Tell us.
Oh man.
Where my man?
I mean, for the people who are not working right now,
But
Yeah.
I hope they file unemployment. I know that ain't much, but I'm just saying.
They
I,
doing
I'm
all
more so, I
right.
guess I was kind of grateful when I got me my little stimulus check, but I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I need more. I need more. This is because unemployment. They're not. Don't y'all think unemployment is what they really giving? It ain't. I just want to let y'all know, it ain't hitting for real.
No, that's not. I talked to
I
someone
know some
today,
people
and it's
who
hitting
don't
like
have
a
really good
2-person
jobs.
salary.
It depends. It's like the people that was making less is getting more than the people that was making more.
Yeah,
It's like
these
it's the
people who was
opposite.
working at McDonald's and Burger King, they getting paid $600.
They getting more. Yeah.
Wow, but why?
I know.
Like, that don't even make sense. Whoever came up with that, fired.
Yeah. They do
Yeah.
this.
It's about.
But
the
anyway,
bracket.
Regulation behind
take your
it.
blessings, how you get them.
Who else using their stimulus check to go towards their tummy tuck?
He irritating. That was a joke.
What you
boy.
saying?
No
He said
comment.
it's going towards her tummy tuck.
What you say, Kiara?
I'm putting up. She said, "Who else using they check to go towards their tummy tuck?"
Kiara, shut up.
Or whatever new Jordans just came out for all 719.
I already set up my appointment. I had my doctor's appointment for this check hint. So I mean,
I'm just saying.
is what I'm using.
She told us something before the check hit, so it was a blessing, right on time, huh?
Approved by.
It was a curse for some. Like I don't want to say it was being home is a curse for some and it's a blessing for others, for sure.
It is because the people who are in those tight situations, like I just feel bad for the kids, the ones who don't have, real homes to go to for real, where their parents actually care and are loving
Love
on
on
them.
them. Yeah. A lot of
I feel bad
abuse.
for those people, or
It's really
lonely
sad.
folks who don't have no family and they used to live in the fast life to get rid of all their, demons in their brain. Now they got to sit somewhere in a corner and really
That part.
feel the pain. Like I feel bad for a lot of people.
That's true.
Some
It's
people
really
need
sad.
social interaction to survive.
I am going
Mhm.
crazy over here. I'm gonna be on somebody. Yeah.
I'm about to go crazy too.
I saw something about somebody. They was like, social distancing makes it easier for like facial recognition shit.
I was frustrated there. I started swinging out the air.
I walk 3 times.
I started
a day,
swinging,
like
just swing out the
tomorrow.
air.
I'm gonna
Ryan's like, "What are you
walk 3
doing?"
times a day.
I was gotta release something.
I was told if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. I'm just making sure I still got it when we gotta get out.
All right. Man. Something.
You know what? I'm a social butterfly, but I've actually been chilling being at the house. And maybe because I've been busy and focusing on so much other stuff that
And
I
you
haven't
got
thought
this.
about it.
You got this, Sarah. We still
like,
in your
you ain't-
live.
Did
We
y'all
still in
hear
your
what I said?
live. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
it
Sorry,
again.
What you say?
Oh, y'all didn't hear me?
I think I heard you, but I didn't understand you.
I said I saw something about facial recognition basically being implemented because it makes it easier. What did I say? I said it backwards.
You said it.
Social distancing really being implemented because it makes facial recognition easier.
Easier.
I can see
The government probably resetting the whole bunch.
how we're on Zoom right now.
Yeah, because
Right.
we're standing 6 feet apart, so it gives it time to, identify who this is.
Identify who you
That's
are.
good. I like that theory. That's a
Okay.
good
You
one.
gotta help them catch some of them criminals that they've been looking for, like
Man.
that Mrs. Basket husband that's
Wait,
been
hold
missing.
on. Wait a minute, Deanna. Hold on. Because what's criminals to them? We may be criminals.
I
For
gotta
the
go
small
get another car. I gotta go get another car.
stuff that we do, we think they don't see. Heck, you mean?
Oh my God, y'all want to hear something funny? Y'all want to hear something funny? Listen. So you know I got this big ass van, right? So CJ's school sent out email saying, hey, his teacher sent the email saying, hey, it's Frankie's birthday. His mom would y'all to ride past the house, blow the horn. Cool, I could do that. Get to by the house, driving up the street. I realized I was on the other side of the block, so I bust a U-turn, forgetting I'm in this big ass van, still getting used to it. The fucking van ended up on 2 wheels. I came back down, hit the curb, while I hit the lady next door mailbox.
Telling Frankie happy birthday.
Yes!
Tell Frankie happy. Frankie.
Frankie, we here, homie. We here.
I kept driving. I rolled the window down, like, happy birthday, Frankie!
Oh my God.
His mom was like, I'm glad you can make it.
Wait, so she's seen you, right? The mama seen you? Did anybody see you?
Girl.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Because they
That
was
is
outside.
hilarious.
They had to been outside. They was all saying happy birthday.
They was all outside saying happy birthday, but you know what? She act like she didn't see nothing. And I was like, okay, maybe they'll tell me later. I don't know. Figure it out.
Hey,
We'll
Angel.
figure it out.
Oh, man.
That was a good laugh.
Hey, Angel. Welcome,
Hey,
Angel.
Angel. We about to wrap it up now.
Yeah, we've been on for an hour.
Yeah, hour and a half. Oh no,
Great
it's just
content,
54
ladies.
minutes.
So that's good. So basically, we have to find our boundaries with our friends and what our real friends are versus people who might be associates, should I say.
Because I got a lot of baskets with a lot of different random people in there.
I was gonna say, Deanna, I feel like you have associates. You might
I
have a
don't
lot of
have-
associates.
I have
I think it's
have
important.
graduated. I graduated and I'm in my own lane. So on this aisle that I'm in the store, nobody else is there. So I don't have any friends.
I like it.
She said she got a market. She got a market. The market is her friends, but she her own aisle.
I know that's right. Ain't nothing
I
wrong
think
with
that
it.
I feel like some people take associates too far. Like what a real associate is and trying to
An acquaintance.
decipher them from a friend. I feel like instead of saying they're your associate because of how you deal with them, just stop messing with them. Stop fucking with them.
But
No, you can't do that though. You can't do that if you work with them, if you're dealing with them, you're working with them, then that's your associate.
Right. So
You're
that's what I
associating with
said.
them.
I said if you deal with them more on a friendship level to where and then try to say they're your associate. I'm not talking about work. I'm talking about somebody you hang out with. And then you be like, and somebody's like, oh girl, I thought that was your friend. Oh no, girl, she's just an associate. No, if you don't fool with her like that, then she shouldn't even be that. She just needs to be cut off. I think people take associate too far. Associates is somebody you talk to at work, but you don't talk to on the phone or anything like that. But there are people who will hang out with somebody and then tell their friend that that's just an associate.
That's your home girl. I got some home girls.
That's a homegirl. I call them entertainment friends. Maybe an entertainment friend.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. An
Entertainment
associate,
friends.
AKA home girl.
oh, okay.
Entertainment friends. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Sarah. I would never call that an associate. I would call that a homegirl.
But I honestly have coworkers that I go out with that are associates that I only call when I'm getting ready to do something or if I'm only calling when I have an event. You're not a friend. You're an associate.
Home girl.
But because
you are a homegirl.
with you all the time, people assume that you're my friend. Like, no, we just been going to events together.
But does that person know that they just an associate?
They have
Better.
to know.
They bet her.
Well, it's probably like that boy that kind of liked you and you kind of their friend, but then they think, oh no, she likes me too. No, I don't.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
that.
So y'all, you misleading.
So maybe she feeling like we friends, and then you like no.
Situations.
And if you haven't clarified it, because a lot of people are not honest enough to say.
I was just about to say it depends on that person.
Oh, Jesus, Sarah, you throwing out
I
all
got
the different
something to say.
arrangements.
If we've been in this quarantine,
I mean,
if we've been in this quarantine and you have not talked to that person, y'all are not friends. That is
Period.
period. You know how to talk to that person during quarantine? I don't know what y'all got going on. So
Dang, I only
don't even give them a title.
I got 3 friends.
Right, now is the time.
Now is
You
the
about
time
to
when you know
know.
it's real. If they just
Hey, no lie. I got
how
people
you
that I
doing?
haven't even talked to. So what would you say if you got people I haven't talked to in months that's calling me now? So are they considered friends?
That's a friend to me.
Look,
Yeah.
I just say this: answer that phone because that's real. Because
That's
I got
a real
people,
friend, Kiara.
cousins
Oh,
I
I
ain't
answered.
talked to.
But
That's a real
Answered. I
friend.
think that's a real friend.
That's a real friend.
But Kiara is me. Sometimes she won't answer the phone, so I say
This ain't about me.
answer that phone.
I feel
That
you. I got that
scenario.
bad on answering my phone. I don't like talking on the phone.
That's what I'm saying.
Me
Sometimes
either.
I want to
I do not like talking on the phone.
But that don't mean I'm not a real friend.
We.
I gotta talk at work. I gotta talk to
Yeah,
my
no.
kids. I gotta talk to my friends. I gotta talk to I don't talk.
Well, I got a good friend. We don't talk every day. Like I do have a real life best friend. We do not talk every day, but when we talk, is no like I ain't talked to you in forever. No, it's hey, what's up? This boom boom.
Like ain't no
Ain't
stuff.
like nothing happened. And I don't
Mhm.
even call her a friend. That's when people like, you got friends. No,
Hey,
I got
Francis.
Hey,
she's my
Francis.
sister. Yeah, you know, that's my sister. That's different. So yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
know
that's different.
you gotta know the titles for sure.
Yeah, I think people they have a hard time differentiating what associate is and what a friend is. And if it's somebody who can't fit in either category, you just gotta let them go. Or make sure you guys have an understanding.
That's their task during the quarantine, figure it out.
So do y'all prioritize your friendship?
I do.
I don't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do it on purpose.
Be honest, I
At
don't.
all.
When I say prior, like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm the type of friend where I be getting the fuck. Anybody that knows me knows I will fall off the face of the earth. And people gonna be, have you talked to Shan? Have you talked to Shan? No, I ain't talked to her. But I feel I guess reliable. I might be missing the R in real. Reliable. I feel like I don't prioritize my friendships, kinships, the same way that I would prioritize a relationship, but I don't do it on purpose. I feel like
I get what you're saying now. Okay, I misunderstood.
I feel that
they
way.
will be calling me or texting me, so I'm a reply. So, you know, probably the extra connections Kiara was talking about, the extra stuff I'm not doing with other people that I be doing with my, you know, spouse.
Mhm.
But when it comes to my friends, I probably ain't gonna pick up the phone. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. I just, when it comes to reaching me, but like if you call me and you need something, you need to talk, like all my friends call me like when they go through heartbreak or if something happened, they'll just text me and be like, hey, I really need to talk. And I'll call them and we talk about it, they'll vent, and then I probably won't talk to them for another month.
That's
You're the kind
me.
of friend you're the kind of friend I like to have, because I don't like the friends who are needy, want to talk every day. What you
Needy,
doing?
right,
Oh my God, da, 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 da,
clingy.
da,
I
da,
don't
da.
need
Like
all
leave me alone.
But there are people who do that.
There's
are
people that
who
do
talk
that. So Chantel, I
every
don't
day.
think that having a friend like you, no, because who you are as an individual, you're very reliable. Like I don't take that as your personality flaw. I mean,
I used to tell myself, my friends don't pick up after a while. It's a problem.
Francis wants to ask a
Francis,
question.
you can ask. Go ahead,
All
ask
my
away.
friends. I call, but I expect my friends to call me too. I'm not gonna just call you if you're not calling me. And if, but then y'all know, if y'all don't hear from me, y'all feel like what? Something ain't right. Something's wrong.
We at the door.
And see, I'm that friend that we're not talking.
Yeah,
but if
you're
you
right.
send me the location, the time, and what I need to do, I'm gonna get it done. But if I'm not about to baby you on a regular
To
basis.
answer your question, I guess I do prioritize. I do understand. I do prioritize. Since I have a friend at 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, who just fucking bored. That's what time she's always up. Also,
Y'all,
got a
Hey, Miranda.
Hey, Miranda said, yes, I can't stand a high maintenance friendship.
I can't do it. That's energy, emotion,
We got lives, bro.
money. You always need some money. God,
Man.
you a leech.
I feel you, girl.
It's on the level of the friendship.
I ain't the friend for you.
Facts. You gotta know me.
I
'Cause
ain't
I'm
your
not
friend.
answering.
I think sometimes people like, for me, I reflect sometimes. I talk to my friends, but then sometimes if I'm dealing with something, I'm like dealing with by myself. Even though you're supposed to have your friendship around, I'll just be like, I don't want them to deal with all this, what I'm dealing with. I feel like it's gonna pour into them. So I step back. And that could turn into a problem.
Okay, I have another question. What about those friends who, man, sorry.
Wait. Get it out, Chantel.
Who is it, Nisha?
No, somebody bust their ass in the background. That's why I got quiet. I couldn't finish what I was saying because in my background, a lot going on. So, yeah.
So if you have a friend and they're just in a very toxic relationship, nothing good comes out of it. You know, they always crying, always into it. It's just all the way toxic. And you're always the friend that's there for them, right? They can always call you. Would you ever get to the point to where you feel like you have to separate yourself from your friend because of that toxic relationship, to the point where it's like, I'll be there for you, but I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to come over here because obviously you don't want to change. Do you feel like that's really being like, what draws the line in that friendship? Are you still a friend? Did you give up on them? Are you obligated to them? You know what I'm saying? Just because y'all are friends, are you obligated to anybody? Like, what would you do in that situation? What would you do in that situation? That's very draining, Aisha.
They not ready.
What do y'all dang?
That's a
Friend, I missed the question because I was reading the comments.
I know, right? I had to respond to Angel. Angel said, I'm crazy.
I'm so
Yep.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really. Go ahead and ask.
So the question basically was,
Well,
Go
until
ahead,
she asked,
Shan,
Francis, you had a question until
Yeah.
Chantel can come back on. Make sure you put your question in here so we can answer it.
you have a friend who is currently in a very toxic relationship. She's always calling you for advice, you know, you're always the go-to friend when it comes to her toxic relationship. where does your friendship stand in a situation like that? Do you ever get to a point where you feel like you have to separate yourself? And if you do that, are you still being a friend to that person? Do you feel obligated to continue to be there for that person going through that toxic relationship?
I think everybody takes it and handles it differently, but I do think that when it comes to a toxic relationship, because of how much you love your friend, and if that's something that you continuously want to deal with, sometimes you do have to separate yourself and have boundaries on how you deal with your friend in regards to their relationship.
I think it kind of goes back to what we said earlier about having that intervention with that friend. If that's a true friend to you, depending on if that's what you're meaning.
But even after you have an intervention, what if that doesn't help?
That's what I'm like, so this is a repeated routine for this friend. That means they never asking you how you doing. They always just calling you with they negative BS, right?
No. I think she's saying this person is in a toxic relationship with someone.
Yes.
Oh,
Y'all communicate, but she's in a very toxic relationship. She won't leave. Does it ever get to a point where you feel like you would have to separate? Would you separate yourself from that friend if it became overwhelming for you?
I wouldn't. I had a situation like that, and I wasn't. I was just very quiet. I was very quiet with her, and I was just by her side all the time. I would call and check on her. I would even sometimes talk to the dude, be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Even though he already knew I knew. But I just try to keep it because I'd rather be close to her. Because they don't telling if she can get really, hurt or shot or anything, I want to be close to her. So
I ask because I have somebody around me who was in a toxic relationship, and somebody that she considered to be a very good friend to her pretty much gave her that ultimatum. Like, I don't like to see you go through what you're going through, so I have to separate myself because I can't stand to see you go through that.
But some people have that connection.
Some people have to do that though. They might get too involved. Like, some people get very passionate about the love for their friend or whatnot. So now they telling, don't put your hands on my friend. The next time you put your hands, now y'all getting into
honestly,
it.
we all have been in that situation.
Yep.
Honestly. And or like on a personal level, I've been through that where me and my best friend stopped being friends for a year or so because when I was like, how old was me and Chris? Like 22, 23. We was fighting all the time. She hated it. She got to the point where she's like, I can't handle it anymore. And we stopped being friends because of that. And then as we grew and we grown and things changed, we came back along, but that connection was never lost. I had to respect the fact that she couldn't handle that because that's how much love she had for me. So it's all on respect.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I think also you can have, you can do a boundary. You can have a boundary with that friend to where you're still there for them. You're still checking on them personally, but you're not so much talking in regards to their relationship.
Right. She still came and got her guy, baby. She still called and checked, but she just wasn't as close. I wasn't the person I could call and vent to her. Oh, she wasn't calling me and asking me. She was like, no, she's like, it's too much. Gotta go.
Now there is times where us as friends have to, like Sade said, still be there on the emotional level. So just listen versus being in their relationship.
Okay, Francis.
Right.
Y'all saw that?
Aisha said, sorry.
Go ahead.
Aisha said, I think that's honest and great that she said that instead of walking away. So basically her friend being upfront with her, telling her like, I can't do this. Like, I can't witness this. And then removing herself from the situation, that was more presentable than just saying, all right, bye. So you have to be able to do what's best for you and still be able to be there for your friend. And her telling her friend, I physically cannot be here. You have to respect that.
I think you have to communicate it too, though. Don't just drop
That's
off the
main thing.
earth.
But if you drop off the face of the earth,
that's what she said.
Except for just being dry, you communicate with her.
And she respected it.
Somebody want to answer Francis' question?
You can go ahead.
I can. Okay. So Francis said, okay, thanks a lot for the question. He said, can you tell me if it's possible to love someone on the first day you see her? And I want to know, how can you know if this person loves you in life? And what ways, please? So let's answer the first question.
You can't
First
make nobody
question
love you.
Can
So
you
much
tell
to
me if it's possible to love someone the first day you see them?
It depends on what you define as love, Francis. What is love to you? Like, what does she give off to make you feel like you are in love with her? Or, it's a lot to love.
Is it more so like you see
So-
this person and you're like, that's my wife. Like, that's my wife.
Or you walk in and you about to get hit by a bus and somebody jump in front of the bus and say your life. I'm in love with you, bro. I'm in love with you. I'm in
I know
love with
some.
you.
Hey, that's a real one. That's real.
That's real. I'm thinking outside the box.
know
but I'm not
somebody.
about to look at you. I'm not about to just look at you and be like, I'm in love with you. No.
Yeah.
That sacrifice that you just made, you just did so much in that given moment that you made up for all the lost time.
I guess he more so going off a cliche. Like, is it true that people like I fell in love with you on first sight?
That's some
I
energy
think
type
that's
stuff.
cliche. It's
That's some
energy.
energy. That could be an
Yeah.
energy.
I personally haven't experienced that.
Me either.
That's an energy thing. 'Cause I think I felt that with Ryan.
Yeah.
It was just
It's
something.
possible.
But it wasn't love. It was just when I looked at him, I knew it was something. It was kind of weird. But maybe it
Mhm.
was, but it wasn't love. It was
Y'all might have been vibrating on the same. Wait.
something. Mhm.
Y'all felt
That's
it.
it. It's possible. Me and Curtis been playing the fleeing thing since the first grade. Now, who think they know somebody and like somebody in the first grade? Like, why was y'all kissing in the coat rack? I'm confused. Y'all in the first grade.
Oh, that's cute.
Here we are now.
I never loved. I lust. Do some people confuse lust over love?
That's
a
what
lot of
that's
people.
where I was getting at.
A lot
with
of
that
people
one.
do.
That's what I was getting at. Sound like
Lust
infatuation.
over-
I've definitely lusted over some
Lust
people at first
over-
sight.
Attraction.
Agreed.
That's what you lust over.
Definitely
Leave it at that.
lusted.
Well,
The game, you see me, I see you.
Well, with
Basically.
Francis' question, have you guys watched on Netflix Love is Blind? The
I've heard
series?
about it. I have not watched it.
Okay, so
That's a good
long
one.
story short, what it does is it gets a group of women and a group of men, and they have these rooms that the men, they never see each other. The men come into the rooms on one side, the women come into the opposite room on the other side. They have a wall in between each other, and they're basically blind dating without ever seeing who they're talking to.
Catfish.
Man, it's so many shows like that.
So what happens is
Actors.
end up having multiple dates, and the person that they feel they have the most connection with, the man or the woman ask them if they feel like they fell in love, will you marry me? And then
I
at that point in time, they're engaged
Agree.
before they can even see each other. So
Man, that's
there were
Your
some
royal
who made it.
Miranda said, "I love that show."
Right.
it's
There
a
were
guy
some
at
who
my
made
job
it.
that was on
There were
that show.
some who didn't. There were some who made it, some who didn't. And so they found their true love being blindsided from when they just talking to each other, and they actually got married. And then some of them, when they seen each other and actually started living together, they couldn't stand each other.
But I mean, in some religions, isn't that how it is?
Yeah.
Arranged marriages.
Arranged marriage.
So they're you got
And then what happens is
love that
you
person.
grow to love that person. I was told that this guy at my job was actually on that show. His name is David.
She's so petty.
David said that basically, if I recall right, you go through that and y'all be, lusting over each other in the beginning, and then let's say y'all move with each other, y'all don't like each other. Well, y'all end up, if y'all stick it out, loving each other some kind of way, from being around that person every day, all day, like just building that rapport, you eventually fall in love with it, even if you hate it, type deal. So you can force yourself to love a person. But being in love with a person at first sight, I don't agree with. I think it's all lust.
Well, for instance, to answer your question, some think it's lust and that you can't. Some think
But that's from a woman. Actually, I have heard more men say they've been in love at first sight than women.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't heard a woman say that.
They said it's an energy thing. She feels like Francis. She said she feels like it's possible, but it's more so like an energy thing.
But I feel like men when they find a woman, they find a good thing. So maybe it is love for them.
It's different, yeah, because they don't wife every whore.
Ooh.
Have y'all friends at first
Some
sight?
have been in
Y'all
love
never
with
had
it.
friends at first sight?
Friends at first sight?
No, y'all never had friends at first sight.
Are
I
we talking about real friends?
Crystal was
or
my
we
friend
talking
at first sight.
about friends?
did.
That's my friend at
Uh-huh.
first sight.
That's cute.
Huh? What y'all say?
I
Okay.
said, yeah, we both said the same thing.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I was like, ooh, they ratchet like me, but classy. I like them.
I've never had friends at the first sight. All of my friends that I have now all say, Chantel, I thought you were so mean when I first met you.
That's how I felt about Kiara. It was something like, I said, I'm fool with her. Crystal was
Well,
like,
it's a story behind that. It's the story behind that.
It is a story, but I was like,
The
I'll fool with her.
reason why is
Like,
because, let me tell you, let's get back
Alpha
on
male.
friendships. Let me get back on friendships. Some people choose their friends. When I am giving a friend by somebody else, I gotta feel you. I'm not mean. I'm just a little standoffish because I'm trying to feel you a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
and I was
Likewise.
like,
in my chosen one.
Likewise, Kiara. Likewise. Put it that way.
that way.
I be the same way.
We have common sides.
I be the same love at first sight.
Miranda says, speaking of love at first sight, one of the men decided to tell the women he fell for her sexual preference way into the relationship. So curious, do you think it's important to disclose this information beforehand or weeks into the relationship?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
So like
Wait a minute,
the
can you-
reason why
whoa.
you was attracted to me, like you want to know, like
So he
Is that
was
what you-
sexually attracted to her before he.
Was emotionally attracted to
right
her.
emotionally. I think you don't really know that all the time. Some people do, some people don't. You don't know why you want this person at this given moment sometimes.
Honestly,
But it said, do you think it's important to disclose this information beforehand or weeks into the relationship?
When you find out.
well, let me tell you the truth about me. I know when a man approaches me, it's because of my looks. I have a body, I have a booty. Main thing.
So,
So it's some of it you know, but how
That is
far
a-
they go with it is where they might need to disclose.
Mm-hmm.
I feel what you
No. She said he was attracted to men and didn't tell her.
Men.
Oh, that's what I thought. She said sexual preference. Oh, no.
That ain't
You,
what I heard.
you,
No, we can't do it.
if you don't tell me, I'm not,
We
what?
can't do
I
it.
think.
Even if you tell me, like, what am I supposed to do with this information?
We're gonna have
You
to.
know what, y'all?
But
For
there's
me,
some women out there that is okay with that.
I know. Me and Ryan had that conversation.
Opportunity to say that.
You know what?
Like,
At first, I used to say what I wasn't gonna do. Like I would not fool with somebody like that. But now I think of stuff differently, and you never know where they came from and how much they grew. It may have just been a phase. Everybody go through these phases, so I can't say I would automatically stop dealing with a man who I felt like was a man.
This is interesting. Keep talking. I'm proud of you.
Are you saying
Camera.
Are you saying because of
My camera.
his background? Like, hey, okay.
Wait a minute, Sarah, you dealt with somebody like that?
I'm like, hold on. Let me get into
right.
I haven't, but what I'm saying is if that was something in their past and they've grown out of that, and the person I know, no, I'm being honest, the person I know has become somebody totally different, I'm not going to say I'm going to dismiss you automatically when me and you have had this
What
situation.
if he didn't disclose it at the beginning?
Right, because he was hurt. If he didn't, I'm going to try
Ashamed
to
and married.
decipher and understand why he did it. That's something that messes men up. And if you automatically dismiss them, you don't know what you just did to him. You get what I'm saying? Like, I guess I look on the emotional side of things,
Right,
and I
Dee.
look past what they were in. That's
I feel
me.
You a
and I
great human.
respect that.
I can't look.
I respect it. I
If
respect. I respect
So
you.
I feel like
For that.
if you came to me, like you my man, and you came to me and you confided in me that you were abused when you were younger by a man,
That's a difference.
That's a different story.
I could probably take that. But if you consciously did it, I can't. That's just me. That's my preference. I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to do that because I feel like if you
Ooh, that was good.
because I feel like it goes a lot of different ways. There are some men who just might get head from another man. There's some men who find other men attractive. If you find men attractive and you find me attractive,
Bye.
But how do you decipher?
How you
How do you
feel?
decipher
So-
if he was just giving head or if he found them attractive? In a woman's mind, he'd
If
have
he
found
liked
them
to suck the
attractive
dick.
regardless.
Listen. I want to get my answer. I am not here, do you. It's not for me. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to hold you up. Even if I'm trying to save your feelings and say, I know you've been there before. I'm going to be here while you've been.
I'm not doing
But
that.
I can't continue this relationship because in the back of my head, it's never going to be right.
Yeah.
And now, let me tell you why there's a lot of men who stay undercover.
Talking about everybody a little gay.
Because there are a lot of men who have done it and don't disclose it
Yeah.
because of that.
That's
There are a
true.
lot of men who done it and don't disclose it because of that. Because how I feel in regards to that,
But why do you have to disclose this to me?
because
Yeah, you
if
could
you're
keep it
trying
to
to be
yourself.
open and honest
Yeah.
with you,
And
But I mean, some people paths come up.
Yeah.
You never know.
And I would appreciate you being open
Would you
and
not
honest
want to
with me.
hear from him
Yeah,
first?
please be, you know what? Please be honest with me so I can move the fuck on.
But you have to, exactly. You also have to be understanding that I may not choose to accept that, and all you can do is respect that. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying, respect. But really,
Is there a difference if a woman kisses a girl?
it is versus. I feel like really quick, y'all. Hold on, I don't want to backtrack, but I am gonna backtrack. Gigi said, "Speak
That
like
was a
going
good
back
one,
to
Gigi.
going back to love at first sight." She says, "Love at first sight is dangerous because ideology plays a big part. I do feel conversation opens many doors."
Facts. That's true.
okay,
That is fact.
Gigi, did you say, oh,
No talking.
everybody a little
Gigi,
gay?
you ain't talking to nobody else.
That's
That's why I was laughing.
You said
Everybody a little gay?
Because everybody a little gay.
Little gay. I'm like,
Little.
I definitely feel that
bad.
when it comes to men, I think they're just accordingly. Now, if it's something you just jumped out of, no, I can't tell you I dealt with it. But if it's something, because some men may have dealt with it at a young age, got raped, and decide to pursue men. Some
That's
men
all
may
they
have
know.
been raised. Some men may have been raised by two men, and that was it. It was their conscious decision because that's what they were around. So then what?
Every
You know,
situation
it's
is
just
different,
like
but I still
it's a different story. So I
Yeah.
can't.
feel like-
I'm a female.
I feel
I
like-
love some men, but I can't tell you. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I would dismiss them.
I forgot what group it was on, but that was a hot topic for a while as far as women. I think a woman made a comment about how she would not date men, a man that was bisexual. And it was a lot of men that were offended by that. They felt like, I guess,
Females do it. Females
the
are
word for that?
bisexuals and date other females than males, and it's okay. But when a male do it, it's not okay.
Yeah, that was
Because-
one point to bring that up.
because there's no penetration between the female. I can't put my female thing in your female thing. But when y'all put, I don't know, it's that phase right there.
I
that
see a
makes
man. I see a
difference.
man. You know,
That's
I
what
want my
makes
man
us
to be
different.
masculine. I can't see my man like going.
That's the
down on
thing. That's what- that's what's
thing,
in my
looking
head.
up. I
That's
can't
what's in
see
my
Exactly.
head, the real gay shit.
No.
And I love
But
all
who's to
my
say he's
people.
not masculine?
No, there are gay men who are very masculine, but I just don't want to see my man like that.
I'm not trying to be
Ain't
down
nothing wrong with
there.
that, Sade. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
feel like everything.
Right.
Everybody, so
But
to
the
answer
question, so basically the
that's the first
question,
thing in my head. Yeah.
would you or
Yeah,
would you
that's
not
it.
want him to tell you up front?
How many for you to tell me
No,
up front?
please
I
you
would
tell
know?
me
want
up
you to
front.
tell me up front.
Please.
I would
Just
want
tell
to
me
know
up front.
upfront.
I don't
Please
want
tell
you
me
to
up front.
surprise me by asking me to go
Please.
lower. None of that.
Before I
honestly,
get my
I wouldn't-
coworkers to
uh,
come over and
some
do
people
all
don't
this
have
back and
some people, everybody don't have control of their mind. And I feel like, honestly,
Homophobic.
that would be my one moment that I blacked out a few times, but that would be the
You
one.
already blacked out there.
Yes,
If you
Miranda.
don't tell me and I fall in love with you, and my emotion, I'm gonna be in jail.
Miranda knew what I was talking about. She said they were calling that woman homophobic
Yeah.
because she said she would not date a bisexual man.
Everybody
that's
has
wrong,
choices.
too.
That's-
Sorry.
I don't think
I'm
she should have been
homophobic.
called anything because she didn't want to fool with that. That don't mean you homophobic.
I don't think that's
Yeah,
fair. I don't think that's
That's not
fair.
right.
I don't think
and
that
I'm
would
getting
make
tired of
her
that shit
homophobic.
too.
Yeah, I don't
Just
think
because
that's
people
right. I
are
think
down for certain stuff don't mean that they against gays and they this and that. That's not true.
right, because we're not against them. We're not talking down on them. We're just saying our
Yeah,
preference. My preference is I
preference.
do not want to be with a
I
man
look.
who was with another man. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I'm secure with my man.
I need you to be
Understood.
open. I think the world needs to be more open and be more honest. I'm tired of down low and all this. Like, just come out and say whatever your preference is, how you like it. Because there are
So we
girls
can
out there
move
that
on.
like
Right, I'm
theirs
not gonna
and don't
judge you.
care.
Don't hide it. Give me
Point
the
you in the right
option.
direction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point you in the right direction. We can help you.
So
Deanna,
there's
you
a
made
lot
a
of-
comment. You made a comment. You was like, I don't want to be with you. Then you asked me to go a little bit lower. So y'all wouldn't lick the gooch. Ain't nobody licking no gooch. All right, y'all got quiet.
I am so sorry. I do not know what a gooch is.
I'm sorry, my man don't
It's
want
right
that
up
look, and we
under the
great with
patch.
each other.
You
What is
know,
a gooch?
the
Not
ball.
playing none of those games.
What's a
The
gooch?
gooch is right.
It's
What's a gooch?
between
I ain't like it. I
the
might play with it a little bit.
What the hell is a
But
gooch?
that's a
Y'all ain't answering
I
the
don't
question.
know
It's
nothing
the area
about
in
this.
between.
Chris,
I'm
you
gonna
know
let
what a
y'all
gooch is?
enjoy your conversation.
It's the
What's a
area in
gooch?
between the ball sack and the booty hole. It's a little area right there.
That's the gooch.
That's the gooch.
And
And it
why-
gets-
Oh, that's the spot I be hearing females say they rub it.
Right. You know how you play with the balls a little bit and then touch the back of it and they be like, woo!
No, you rubbing,
I don't know about that.
you rubbing, and
I
you
don't know
licking,
about
and you sucking different stuff. We're not doing none of that.
I'm just
All right, y'all, we gonna end this live. Good night.
Live is over.
This done turned into y'all.
My grandma be watching. Good night.
I think my daddy watching. I hope my daddy ain't watching this.
oh Lord.
You and me both. I hope my daddy don't think
I am
I'm
so
listening.
sorry, Father. Let's figure
All
out
my
what a
uncles,
gooch is.
pastors, staying on here though.
Well, we only got on this conversation because our lovely guests have some questions, so we needed to answer them.
Exactly.
But it was some good content. Thank you guys for giving us a conversation.
I think also though, men, I feel like that in regards to females, if they were bisexual or if they dealt with a female beforehand, they have insecurities too, that they're gonna get left for a woman.
True.
I'm
I
saying
dealt with
that
it. I dealt with it.
insecurity.
Gigi says everyone has a past. I'm a lesbian. I used to like girls who like both, but as I got older, why would I put myself in competition when I know I like only women? I understand that. I get that.
That was my thing. We
So that's the
have to
same
be
person.
cute and
Okay.
all this.
Same perspective.
Bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just on the women's side.
I'm
of it.
curious to know why, Gigi, why did you like girls who like both? Oh, should I
Right.
type that in?
Yeah, I think you should say type
No, she can hear you. She can hear you.
I feel like, why you would know that? Say
My
no.
bad. Let me type it back.
I mean,
Let me
she,
type-
you know,
she
Taurus
gonna
is probably a competition thing,
She gonna
but
answer.
she gonna answer.
Did she?
Thank
Okay.
you, Francis. Francis says, "Nice show, guys. I'm really enjoying
Who
this."
he in love with?
Okay. And happy to meet you guys.
Who you
Okay.
think you
First
like?
thing you stalking.
Yeah. Who you in love with, Francis?
I already read the whole message.
Who you in love with?
So wait.
Somebody.
Francis, you gotta tell
That's
us.
his DK slick. That's why he put that first question.
Love at first sight.
First sight.
Who are you in love with, Francis?
Francis,
all
can you
of us.
please speak
Oh,
your
okay.
Gigi
Okay,
said,
Gigi.
Sade, answer
Sade.
your question.
Yep. Just to see if I can. I know that's right, Gigi.
Oh, it's good.
Competitive.
Is
Just
it different,
to see if I
Gigi?
can. I can't stand
Gigi,
her.
was it a difference from one who liked both versus one who's just all girls? Like, what was the difference?
Probably the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just said the competition. So
Trying to keep up.
it was a challenge.
They
Man, I bet you gotta come in.
hold
from
on.
both
What was
sides.
the difference?
That's temptation. coming from both sides.
One was
Men and
like,
women.
Francis,
one was
yes, we want to know.
Do you
So
really?
we can get off this line.
This is after dark.
At this point.
What time is it?
Miranda with the eyes.
Bull game.
She said yes, big difference.
you heard me.
That'll be another conversation, Gigi.
Right. That's gonna be another line, another episode.
Another- That's-
Lockdown after dark.
Exactly.
Right.
Really.
We're gonna holler at y'all at 3 a.m.
I'ma be-
My grandma be sleeped in.
Baby, she looking at partner's pleasures.
Francis, you scared to tell us who it is, man?
Francis
Look.
is gone.
He ain't typing.
He ain't gone. He's still there.
You can see him. What's up, Francis?
Hey, D. I think D had said something earlier. D said, I'm 21 years old
I
in
need to
love
be
at
opposite.
first sight. So, D, you fell in love at first sight, too. Might be just these men. men.
But wait, no, was it a conversation, hell, or did you just look at her and say, I love her? Or did you, like Gigi said,
He
did
looked at
you
him
have a
and
conversation and did it open up that avenue?
He said that he was in love on first sight, and it might just be pheromones. He said it might be pheromones.
And he's 21, y'all. He's
There's
young.
pheromones out there.
No.
I thought he said he was 21 years in.
Yeah, I was gonna say he is not 21.
He been
No,
in
he
his
was
relationship. for
yeah.
21
I know he
years.
said I'm 21 years in love.
Oh,
Yeah.
21 years. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
Sarah, you know who that is.
Dead.
That was not 21. That's funny.
Mhm. I'm trying to click and it ain't clicking.
You don't know who Dale is?
You said his
Okay.
name this time. but
My
say his
bad.
name.
Sorry.
When you said that, I know.
We got I understood what she said.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Shan, you got any more questions out there in that
21
book?
years married.
Yeah.
21 years married. All right.
Yes.
I knew it.
Y'all, Francis got scared. He didn't want to tell us.
It's okay,
That's
Francis.
fine.
Francis, take your time.
Yeah.
Take your
Continue
time.
to tune in to the next one.
Right, let us know on the next one.
But I didn't have any more questions, y'all. Not off the
Bye,
top of my
Gigi.
head.
Night.
Good night,
Bye.
Gigi.
No, it was definitely good. We need to do an after dark. Y'all want an after dark live? That
Whoa.
would be crazy.
Whoa there.
Getting crazy.
Facebook gonna kick
Hold
us
up.
off.
Right.
Hey, we got a bedroom chronicles coming next week.
I saw somebody in
Going
Keachman
live on
Street
Pornhub.
that
Right?
Girl.
The lipstick, yeah.
Live on Pornhub.
Right.
That might be a whole other
We about to be on Tory
no
Lane.
podcast.
We
Do
about to be
that.
on Tory Lane's live.
Hold on,
14,
'cause
14.
y'all act like we don't have a whole episode after the series. We got a
We
whole
do.
what is it called? Forgot.
Bedroom
Something
Chronicles.
after dog.
Bedroom Chronicles.
Bedroom
Yeah.
Chronicles.
Y'all make sure y'all go check out Bedroom Chronicles and our first sequel on Apple Podcasts,
Gigi
Spotify.
said studs versus men.
Studs
Pickup
versus
line.
men. Pickup
Pickup
line.
line.
Studs versus men. Oh, men.
Porn.
I don't know.
I'm done.
Let's
Okay, Francis said, okay, I will tell you guys, but can you please help me introduce yourself, please, first? Please. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, baby, please, baby, please.
Really quick, every female that
Yeah.
approaches me, they always approach me. It's more so like a hey beautiful, hey gorgeous, hey.
Oh,
When
that's
it comes to men, it's more so like with a cut. Damn, you fine.
Damn.
You thick as hell. Damn it.
The women,
Like, I don't
look, the
know.
women be knowing
Yeah,
what
like
to say.
I don't know I'm thick. Like I don't already know I'm thick. What's up, Shawty? What's up, little?
oh, you don't hear me talking to you?
I'm not living with this shit.
This
I had one nigga
girl
bark.
be allowed to participate. I'll
For
get
real.
in trouble. Yes,
In
you
the
will,
club.
sir.
It's the opposite for me. Any female that ever hit on me, they come on strong. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Then any guy that approached me, they be like, damn, baby, you beautiful. What's up? You know, they soft with me. Guys are soft with me. Women are aggressive. I'm like, why?
It depends on how you look. When you
Oh,
like, they
yeah.
can't contain
Yeah.
themselves. Like, damn, oh my god.
Like, baby, yeah, girl.
Oh, bad shit. Okay, fuck, man. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Hey,
Y'all,
okay.
y'all, I went to Target. Let me tell you a quick story. I went to Target and I forgot my ID and I needed wine. So I was like, I'm gonna pick me up somebody to just be able to give me some wine.
I'm gonna
Why
pick me
do
up
they-
somebody.
This man found me. I didn't even find him. Y'all, he was like, damn girl, all I want to do is take you home.
Right.
Can you be my girl? When we going out?
Listen,
you
I just
find?
want the bottle of wine.
Walk in front of me. I said, can we get the wine, please? He was like, I gotta go find something else. I was like, okay. So I had to walk with this man around the whole store. Just to
A
get
favor
the
for
wine.
a favor, Sarah. Don't act like you
Right.
didn't for his ID.
I want to put that shit back.
Don't worry about it. I'll just.
What is it?
Right.
$9.99?
But we do
It was
but wait,
wine,
wait,
but still.
wait. What's
It
the
was
difference?
entertainment.
We do it at the club. She did it in the store. When you at
I'm
the
not
bar
judging.
and he buy you a drink, you wait for that drink, even though he getting on your nerves.
And that's just a drink.
and you walk off, or you buy you get you and your friend a drink and then you walk off. So what was the difference?
Yeah. Huge
Hey,
difference.
by the end of the night,
What do you mean with
already
brother
know.
walking around the
She was at
liquor store with
getting a
walking
bottle of liquor.
around with him until he done doing what he gotta do?
So they went to the grocery store. Like I think it was Kroger or something.
It was Target.
Target. She was like, "Dang, I left my ID." She said it out loud. "Dang, I left my ID. I really want to get the wine."
Left the bait.
Dang, I left my
Left the
ID. I
bait.
wanna
Hey,
see
y'all,
it.
let me show you what this man did. Let me show you what he did. He
He
did like
heard
this.
her.
He said, "I can help you."
Hey, that was his pickup line. Don't hate on his game.
I can help you.
Don't hate on his game. That was he knew to keep her.
He was ready.
He
But
had to,
I already had made up in my mind that after tonight, he can't talk to me no more. Y'all already know. If y'all get the number, you get a drink. But after that, you ain't picking nothing. You ain't talking to that person. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
I had to tell somebody that one day. I think actually I left my debit card and I had to ask this man, "Can I cash app you the money so you can pay for my stuff?" I did realize. I went to Applebee's by myself and eventually he came over there because he kept looking. "Okay, whatever. You can come sit with me. Whatever." So he came and I was like, "Damn. Would you mind if I cash app you?"
voice
this
change and
money?"
everything. Conversations about-
"Can I cash app you?" And at first I thought, well,
Y'all froze.
at first I was like, maybe he won't make me send him
You
the money.
froze
He'll
too,
just
Kiara.
pay for it. Dang. Nah, he made me, I had to send him money through Cash App so he could pay for my meal. Then he walked me outside to my car and he was like, "Can I have your number?" Yada, yada. And I was like, honestly, I'm not gonna use it. So you gave me your number. I'm just being real. I'm not gonna text you. And he was like, "You know what? I respect that."
No, I told somebody, this guy asked me for a number. I told him no. I thought he was gonna shoot me. I damn near ran. I thought he was about to take me out the game. Well, you ain't that
scary.
well, I said, wait a minute.
Wait, was you in Detroit or was you in Texas? I'm confused.
Probably in Texas.
I was in Detroit.
Them Texas boys.
I knew
rough.
she was in
Texas like
Detroit.
that too.
Them
Oh,
Texas
God.
boys is rough.
So that dude
That's
from
how they is
Target,
in Detroit.
so that dude from Target, he was one of them. So I had to get a number.
Oh, okay.
You got to know who you dealing with. See, he was
But
one of
y'all,
them.
Francis wanted us to introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry, Francis. So I'm Sharon.
I'm Chantel.
I'm Crystal. Come on, somebody
I'm
go.
Sade.
And we are.
No, not yet.
I'm Kiara.
Not yet.
There we go.
What? Who? Deanna? Who's Kiara?
Hi, I'm Deanna.
All right.
I'm Kiara.
And we are.
The lipstick did.
Wrong city. Look, wrong city. We come on the wrong side of the shirt.
Hey, y'all, Miranda says, "See now at the club, you got to dance your way to VIP. Have all the drinks you want and disappear in the darkness."
Disappear in the darkness.
Exactly.
What that light come
no.
on. You right.
Hey, that's my friend. Hey,
They gonna
girl.
get real happy when that light come on. They be like, "Damn, she for real pretty."
Hey, you could come with me. You with me.
Oh man,
That light come on, boy.
Wait.
that brought back memories. That was me in my old
Don't
days.
talk about
No.
that.
I
the
hate
one
when
that
the
was
light
like-
come
I like to
on.
stay on
Don't
the
let
light.
me
I be
have
like,
rushed my
"The light
makeup.
come
I be
on."
ready to get out the club when the lights come on. You gonna see this flashback, bitch. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. Got the dip.
Lord. Oh, that was too funny. Yes,
Oh, well.
Miranda, you are so right.
But yeah,
I
y'all.
hope you heard us, Francis. Introduce ourselves.
She's like, what?
From, from Sierra Leone.
We definitely not uploading this video nowhere else.
Already uploaded.
Yeah, that's true. It's already uploaded.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Oh, okay.
It's on everywhere,
Okay, cool.
Yay.
so it's already there.
It's too late.
Well,
Made work.
Good
Carmen Friday,
conversation,
y'all.
ladies. Good job. Look.
But yeah, I don't have any more questions or anything. We touched on what we wanted to talk about, real friendships, the ego, and that little stimulus check again. Donnie. Big Don.
He still can't come to the cookout.
I'll let
Kate.
you, girl. For real.
Sir, you're not welcome.
It's late though, y'all. It's 10:15. I gotta go put the
Hi,
kids.
good night.
Mine's
Good night,
already.
y'all.
Nice and knocked out. Good
It was
night.
real.
Thank y'all for talking to us, engaging with us.
Yes. As always, catch us next Thursday.
At 8 o'clock.
Between 8 and 8:30.